Hello everyone, in this lecture video, I will discuss how to solve worded problems involving related rates in calculus. Okay, so I know that a lot of students are finding this topic difficult, so that is why here in this video, I will be solving several example problems to demonstrate to you how easy it is to solve related rates problems. Promise, madali lang siya, so kayang-kaya niya yan. Okay? However, once you understand the topic, kinakailangan mag-practice ka, no? Kasi kung hindi ka magpa-practice, hindi ka gagaling. Okay? So if you are studying for an exam, of course, in order to pass the exam, what do? You study well and, of course, kung math yan, kinakailangan mong mag-practice. Okay? But before we find ourselves enjoying the rest of the lecture, let us first discuss some relevant concepts for today's topic. No? So ano itong concept na ito na relevant sa topic natin today? That is about implicit differentiation. Okay? So ano ba itong implicit? Okay? So, wait, labas natin yung pointer. Okay, so in our previous topics, we have learned how to find the derivative of functions that are given explicitly in terms of one variable. Okay? So ano itong mga functions na sinasabi ko na pwede nating i-express explicitly in terms of one variable? Halimbawa, meron kang function y is equal to the square root of x cubed plus 3. So bakit sa explicit? No? Kasi po y is expressed explicitly in terms of x, no? Y lang sa left side and on the right side, ang makikita lang nating variable x lang, no? So y is given explicitly in terms of x. So alam na natin kung paano kumuha ng derivative nito, no? So ito gagamitan mo lang ito ng power rule, no? The derivative of a power function, and then gamitan mo siya ng chain rule kasi sa loob ng square root meron ka pang another function, 'di ba? Kapag ka composite ang function, alam natin ginagamitan niya ng chain rule, no? Halimbawa, ito pa isa, no? Y is equal to x sin x. So this is a product. Meron kang power function at saka meron kang sinusoidal function. So y is given explicitly in terms of x. So we already know how to get the derivative of this function. So gagamitan mo lang ito ng product rule. Okay? However, when you are solving related rates problems, there are times, or most of the times, you will be encountering equations that are not given explicitly in terms of one variable, no? Kaya ang tawag natin sa kanila, kung hindi sila explicit, no, di implicit, no? So we call them implicit function. Halimbawa ito, no? X squared plus y squared is equal to 25. So alam naman natin, this equation is an equation of what? Yung natatandaan, naka-square ang x, naka-square ang y, at naka-equate sa isang constant. Ano yan? This is the equation of a circle. Now, specifically, the center of the circle is at the origin, no? And its radius is 25. Okay? So, halimbawa, gusto nating malaman yung derivative nung circle sa kahit anong point sa kanya, anong gagawin mo? Di kukunin mo pa yung y, no? And that y will be the square root of 25 minus x squared. Saka mo pa siya kukunan ng y prime. Okay? However, in this topic, hindi na natin gagawin yan kasi we can differentiate implicitly. Now, so implicit differentiation ang tawag. Okay? So, another example of a function that is similar to this, ito, x cubed plus y cubed is equal to 6xy. Okay, so yung kanina circle yun. Sa tingin niyo, ano kayang klaseng curve itong nire-represent ng equation na ito? Actually, this is a polar curve, no? Na kapag nire-write natin in terms of rectangular form, ganito yung itsura, no? So, this is actually what we call the volume of Descartes, no? Na ganito ang itsura. Okay, the volume of Descartes. Okay, so pwede nating malaman yung derivative, no, nung function sa kahit na anong point sa kanya. Halimbawa dito or doon, pwede nating malaman yung derivative, no? So kung hindi pa tayo marunong mag-implicit differentiation, kukunin mo pa yung y. Ang hirap niyan. Bakit? Kasi may y cube ka dito, tapos may y ka pa dyan. So, kukunin mo pa yung y in terms of x. So, medyo mahihirapan ka doon. Kaya, ang alternative natin is to do implicit differentiation. Okay? So, gagamitin natin yan madalas mamaya. Okay, so now, sir, paano ba gawin yung implicit differentiation na yan? O sige, no? Unahin natin itong circle na ito, no? So, ano ang implicit or paano natin ito kukunan ng y prime? Kasi yun ang goal natin hanapin ang y prime, no? Okay, so y prime, remember, is the derivative with respect to x. So, sulat natin halimbawa, no? Y prime, remember, ulitin natin, is the derivative of y with respect to x. So, tatandaan when we get the derivative, dapat with respect to x yon. Okay? So, isa-isahin natin yung derivatives nito, term by term. With respect to x, tatandaan So, what is the derivative of x squared with respect to x? Of course, that is 2x. Okay? 2x yon. However, ano naman ang derivative ng y squared with respect to x? Okay? That is 2y. However, hindi pa tayo tapos. Kinakailangan mo siyang lagyan ng dy over dx. Bakit po? Kasi yun ang sabi ng chain rule. Kasi ang dinidifferentiate natin ay y, derivative of y with respect to x. No? So kung ang inilagay mo lang na derivative niya ay 2y, that is the derivative, halimbawa ito lang ang ginamit mo, no? Hindi mo nilagay yung with respect dy over dx. So yung derivative niya na 2y, that is the derivative of y squared with respect to y. That is just 2y. But again, since we are getting y prime, which is the derivative with respect to x, you need to add dy over dx. And that is of course according to chain rule. Now, sir, ano po ba yung chain rule? No? Sige, sulat natin. Halimbawa, dito na lang kasi tapos na tayo dyan. No? Meron tayong function u. Ano ang derivative ng u with respect to x? The derivative of u with respect to x is equal to du over or du over dy times dy over dx. Ayan. Kaya, dito sa ating example na ito, ang ginawa natin na u ay y squared. No? So, ano ang derivative ng u with respect to x? So, kunin mo muna ngayon yung derivative ng u with respect to y. So, ano ba ang derivative nito with respect to y? 2y. However, we are getting the derivative with respect to x. Kaya, according to chain rule, multiply mo siya ngayon ng derivative naman ng y with respect to x. Kaya, ayun, naglagay ka ng dy over dx. Okay, so yun ang tinatawag naman natin na chain rule. No? So dito, dalawang na-review natin. Una, yung implicit differentiation at pangalawa, yung chain rule kapag ka-composite yung function. Naintindihan po ba? Okay. So, ito pwede naman nating isimplify. Ano? So, we can divide both sides of this equation by 2. Makakancel itong 2. Kaya, magiging ganito na lang siya. And when you solve for dy over dx, actually yung x pwede mong ilipat sa kabila para maging negative. No? And divide both sides by y para magkaroon ka ng negative of x over y. So ngayon, ito na yung ating y prime or first derivative ng function. Okay, so anong ibig sabihin nito? Yun palang derivative ng function ay nakadepende sa value ng x at saka sa value ng y. Okay? So, that's it. No? So, how about this? No? Sige, gawan din natin ito ng derivative or kunan natin ito ng derivative y prime gamit naman ang implicit differentiation. Okay? So again, for this particular volume of Descartes, no? So kunin natin yung y prime niya by implicit differentiation. Okay? So again, get the derivative with respect to x. Why? Bakit? Because y prime is again the derivative of y with respect to x. So let us get the derivative of each term with respect to x. So the derivative of this with respect to x is, of course, 3x squared. Now, plus, hindi pa tayo tapos, the derivative of this with respect to x. So this is y, but that is with respect to x. Kaya gagamit tayo ng chain rule. No? Ano muna ang derivative nito with respect to y? So magiging 3y squared. Ayan, 3y squared. However, hindi pa tayo tapos. Kasi nga, yan ay y. So, kung dinidifferentiate mo with respect to x, lalagyan mo pa siya ng dy over dx. So, para hindi na magkaroon ng numerator at denominator, I just simplified dy over dx in terms of the notation y prime. Now, so this term, 3y squared y prime is the derivative of y cubed with respect to x. Now, and then how about the derivative of the term on the right-hand side? So actually, we can apply the product rule. No? At ilalabas muna natin yung 6. So yung 6, nasa labas muna siya. No? And then after that, apply natin siya ng product rule. So, kasi parehas silang variables. No? So apply mo yung product rule, x dy over dx, and then plus y times the derivative of x. So, gawin natin ha. Ano po yung derivative ng x or copy muna natin yung unang term. Diba? Parang u dv plus v du yan. U, which is x. Tapos, the derivative of the second term with respect to x. So, derivative ng y with respect to x is y prime. No? Plus, yung second term, y. Copy-paste mo lang. And then, the derivative of x with respect to x. So, ano ba ang derivative ng x with respect to itself? Eh, di ba 1? Kaya, 1 lang yung multiplier ng ating y. Okay? So, this is now the derivative of the expression containing the derivative of each term here. So, again, we are solving for y prime. So, bago ka mag-solve ng y prime, pwedeng isimplify mo muna yung nakuha natin na derivative. So, okay, pwede nating i-divide itong expression na ito by 3 para ito mag-cancel. Mawawala itong 3. Mawawala itong 3 at itong 6 pag dinivide mo ng 3 magiging 2 siya. No? So i-rewrite natin ano. So yung simplified expression after dividing both sides of the equation by 3. Okay? So ito na po yung simplified expression. So now finally we can solve for y prime, no? Paano natin i-solve yung y prime? Eh, dalawa yung terms na y prime. Eh, collect mo. Collect all the terms containing y prime. Tapos yung walang y prime, ilipat mo sa kabila. No? So that means, itong x squared, dahil wala siyang y prime, ililipat ko doon. At ito naman, kasi meron siyang y prime, ililipat ko dito. No? So yung y prime, pwede nating i-factor. Ano? Kasi common factor ang y prime here, at saka sa term na ito. Y prime times the quantity y squared. Ito yon minus, kasi ito ililipat mo, minus 2x. Okay? So, ito na siya ngayon. Y prime times the quantity y squared minus 2x equals, ano yung matitira sa right-hand side? E di, 2 times y. No? 2y, ayun. Tapos, maminusan mo siya kasi ito ililipat mo sa kabila. Minus x squared. Okay? So, nakuha na natin ngayon yung y prime. So pwede na natin siyang kuhanin by dividing both sides of the equation by this term. Now, so dividing both sides by y squared minus 2x, we will get the final expression for y prime, which is equal to 2y minus x squared. Ito yung term na ito. Divided by this term, which is y squared minus 2x. Okay? So, ito na ngayon yung ating y prime. Now, so that is how you get the first derivative of the function if it is given implicitly. Again, by means of implicit differentiation. Okay? So, kung marunong na kayo mag-implicit differentiation, punta na tayo sa next slide. Kung saan, i-discuss ko sa inyo yung topic na mas related dun sa worded problems na ating di-discuss later, no? The differentiation with respect to time. No? Bakit po? Kasi mamaya, ang mga problems na ating isosolve ay related rates. At lahat yon pag kinukunan ng derivative, ay with respect to time. No? Because remember, the word rate is related to time. Okay? So mamaya, pag kumuha tayo ng derivative, laging with respect to t. Kaya dito, papracticein muna natin. Paano ba kumuha ng derivative of a certain equation with respect to t? Okay? So, para hindi na tayo madagdagan ng maraming expressions, gamitin na lang din natin yung dalawang examples kanina. Now, still remember them? Yung una, yung circle. Ito yon, x squared plus y squared is equal to 25. So, i-differentiate natin ito implicitly. However, this time, hindi na with respect to x. With respect to t na ang ating pagkuha ng derivative. No? And at the same time, gagamitan pa rin natin ito ng chain rule, no? Kasi nga po, ito ay x, tapos with respect to t, no? So, dapat pala, kung ito ay x with respect to t, after mo siyang kunan ng derivative with respect to x, lalagyan mo siya ng ano? Dx over dt. Tama. At ito naman, after mong kunan ng derivative, no? With respect to y, mumultiplyan mo naman ng dy over dt according to chain rule. Di po ba? Okay. So, gawin natin yan from term by term. Okay? So, ano ang derivative ng x squared with respect to t? So, that is 2x muna. And then, mumultiplyan mo siya ng dx over dt. Bakit po? Because of chain rule. Kasi we are differentiating not with respect to x, but with respect to t. So, tatandaan ha, kapag halimbawa, nakalimutan mong ilagay itong dx over dt na ito, ano lang ang nakuha mo? That is the derivative of x squared with respect to x. But remember, we are differentiating with respect to time. That's why you should not forget to add dx over dt, or kung y, dy over dt. Okay? So, second term na tayo. Ano ang derivative ng second term with respect to t? So, una, kunan mo muna siya ng derivative with respect to y. So, that will be 2y, no? However, because we are differentiating with respect to t, you add the derivative of y with respect to t. So, dy over dt. And then is equal to 0. Bakit? Kasi po, ang derivative ng constant na 25, of course, is 0. Okay? So, ngayon, ano pa ang pwede nating magawa dito? Pwede mo siya ngayong i-simplify. You can divide both sides of the equation by 2. So, you can get x dx over dt plus y dy over dt. Okay? So, ito na po ngayon yung ating derivative with respect to time. Now, sa mga problem solving na i-discuss ko sa inyo later, natural, may isa dyan na kukunin. May isa dyan na required. Halimbawa, ang required ay dx over dt. So, para makuha siya, supply mo yung value ng x, supply mo yung value ng y, at saka yung dy over dt. Now, so, yung mga yan naman given. Or, if they are not given, ano ibig sabihin nun? Bago mo ma-solve yung required, halimbawa, hindi mo alam yung y. Pero hindi naman siya yung required. Ang required quantity is yung dx over dt. Given yung x, ito yung hinahanap, given ang dy over dt, pero hindi mo pa alam ang y. Anong gagawin mo? Gamit yung condition na ibibigay sa problem, isosolve mo muna yung y. Pag na-solve mo yung y, finally, you can solve for the required quantity, which is dx over dt. Okay? So, isang example pa, ano? Yung expression for the volume of Descartes. If you recall, ano nga yung equation ng volume of Descartes kanina? So, that's x cubed plus y cubed is equal to 6xy. Okay? So, dito, kukunan ulit natin siya ng derivative. Again, this time with respect to t. Okay? Hindi na po y prime ang kukunin natin. Kasi kapag y prime, remember, y prime is the derivative with respect to x. But this is with respect to t. So, you get the derivative with respect to t, term by term, applying chain rule. Okay. So, ano muna ang derivative ng x cubed with respect to t? So, dapat, yun munang derivative niya with respect to x, which is 3x squared. Tama po ba? After that, mumultiplyan mo siya ng dx over dt. Okay? So, again, ano itong term na ito? Yan yung derivative ng x cubed with respect to x. But again, we are differentiating with respect to t. That's why we multiply it, no, by dx over dt. Okay? Again, anong tawag doon sa rule na yon? Chain rule. Bakit mo siya tinawag na chain rule? Kasi nga, chain, no? Dugtong-dugtong. Ayan, magkarugtong sila. Okay? Now, how about the second term? What is the derivative of y cubed with respect to t? So, una, ano muna yung derivative ng y cubed with respect to y? So, that is 3y squared, no? However, after that, you multiply it with dy over dt. Bakit? Kasi yun ang sabi ng chain rule, nagdi-differentiate tayo with respect to t. Now, how about this term? For this term, product rule uli ang gagamitin natin. Ilalabas muna natin yung 6, no? After natin ilabas yung 6, we will treat this as a product kasi pareha silang variables, x and y. Para bagang yan ay u at saka v. Kung saan ina-applyan natin ang product rule, u dv plus v du. Okay? So, get the derivative. Ilabas muna natin yung 6, no? Tapos, apply the derivative of a product here, no? U dv. So, x muna, no? plus or times the derivative of y with respect to t. So that is dy over dt. So x dy over dt plus, no? The second term times the derivative of the first. Okay, so ano ang derivative? Copy muna ito, y plus y, and then the derivative of x naman with respect to t. So again, para lang yung u dv plus v du. Okay? Bakit po? Kasi parehas silang variables. So dahil parehas silang variables, you apply the derivative of a product. Okay, so now after this, actually we can simplify, no? And divide both sides of the equation by 3 para magkaroon ka ng simplified expression na x squared dx over dt plus y squared dy over dt is equal to 2, no? Times x dy over dt plus y dx over dt. Okay, so yan na yung expression natin. Ayun. Now, this will be meaningful kapag nag-problem solving na tayo kung saan may isa dyan na hinahanap at yung iba kinakailangan mong isupply ang mga values nila. Okay? So, sinimplify lang natin siya dito. Anong ginawa? Kinolect natin yung similar terms, dx over dt at saka dx over dito sa kabila. So, para hindi masyadong maraming terms, finactor natin ito kasi common siya, dx over dt. So, x squared, ilipat natin ito sa kabila. No? Minus 2 times y, ito siya, and then plus. Okay? Tapos, dalawa rin yung terms na may dy over dt. Ano? So, magiging y squared minus 2x. Kasi nasa kabila, pag inilipat, magiging negative siya. Ayun. So, ngayon, mas simplified na yung ating expression. Okay, so that is how you differentiate mathematical equations with respect to t. Again, don't forget to apply chain rule. Okay, so kung marunong na tayong mag-implicit differentiation, alam na natin kung paano i-apply ang chain rule, ready na tayo na mag-solve ng mga worded problems sa related rates. Okay, so now let us proceed to the next slide so we can solve sample problem. Okay, so here's problem number 1. A kite at a height of 60 feet is moving horizontally at a rate of 5 feet per second away from the boy who flies it. How fast is the cord being released when there are 100 feet out? Okay, so paano ba mag-solve ng mga worded problems? Okay, so kagaya ng ginawa natin in previous problems that we solved, kinakailangan ma-convert muna natin yung mga worded expressions into mathematical expressions. Okay? So, ang dami ditong words, no? Ilang sentences din yan. So, kung ano man yung sinasabi ng problem, convert mo lang sila into mathematical expressions using variables. Okay? So, dito mahalaga, yung mga quantities na nagbabago, kinakailangan i-represent mo sila as variable. Samantalang, kapag yung quantity constant, ilalagay na lang agad natin yung value niya as a constant para hindi na tayo nalilito. Okay? So, dito sa problem na ito, meron daw tayong kite na pinapalipad ng isang lalaki. So, kailangan natin na magawa ng illustration. Halimbawa, ito nakapag-drawing ka na ng kite, tapos may lalaki, no? Eto siya. So, galing pa sa Shutterstock yung image ko. So, this is the boy holding a kite, no? Pinapalipad niya, no? So, the kite has a height of 60 feet. Okay, so anong ibig sabihin nun? So, kung 60 feet ang height niya, that means hindi siya umaangat. Lumalayo lang siya, pero hindi nagbabago ang kanyang height or altitude, no? Okay, so dapat dito sa mga ganitong problems, madidistinguish natin alin yung quantity na nagbabago at alin yung hindi. Okay, so nagbabago ba ang height niya? Hindi. So constant yun. So alin ang nagbabago? So kung lumalayo ito, that means nagbabago yung haba ng cord. No? At the same time, kung lumalayo siya, dapat yung horizontal distance ng kite nagbabago rin. No? And these are the ones that we will represent using variables. Okay. So, itong chord na ito, kinakailangan i-simplify natin yung approach. Bakit? Kasi kung yan ay may kurba, hindi natin siya masosolve. Now, kaya kinakailangan i-simplify natin instead of having a curved chord here, kinakailangan gawin natin siyang straight. Sir, pero pag ikaw ay nagpapalipad ng papagayo, hindi naman tuwid na tuwid yan. No? Tama. Ganito siya, oh. May kurbada. Kaso nga lang, pag may kurbada siya, hindi mo siya masosolve. No? Sir, kapag ginawa ba natin yan tuwid, yung sagot natin magiging accurate? Not very much accurate, but it is a good approximation as far as reality is concerned. Okay. So ngayon, ito ba ay nagbabago? Yes. Okay. Kung nagbabago yan, variable yan. Yung height ba nagbabago? Hindi. So, constant yon. Ilalagay mo na, ang value niya ay 60. At yung horizontal distance na natatravel nung kite, nagbabago rin. So, that is another variable. Now, so, i-represent natin yan, ha? Makakagawa tayo dito ng triangle. Now, so, itong height na ito, hindi nagbabago. So, that means siya ay constant. Ilagay natin, 60 siya. Okay? So, again, yung mga quantities na nagbabago dito is yung horizontal distance at saka yung length ng chord, no? So halimbawa, ang horizontal distance natin, i-represent natin ang x. Ito siya ngayon, no? And then may sinabi dito na it is moving horizontally at a rate of 5 feet per second, no? So ito yung bilis niya, bilis ng paggalaw niya horizontally, right? So if the horizontal distance is x, then how are we going to represent this 5 feet per second? This must be your dx over dt. No? That is the rate at which x changes. No? So, ang tanong, how fast is the chord being released? Okay. So, ito yung chord. At alam naman natin na variable yan. Anong variable ang gusto nyong gamitin? No? Gusto mo ba R? Gusto mo ba Z? Ang gusto ko S. At ako ang masusunod. Okay? Kasi ako ang nagdi-discuss. So, halimbawa lang, S ang gamitin natin na variable para dun sa length ng chord. Now, ano yung itinatanong ngayon? How fast is the chord being released? So, if the length of the chord is S, how fast is the chord being released? No? How do we express that mathematically? So, that is your ds over dt. Okay? That is your ds over dt. But since we are dealing with derivatives, kinakailangan instantaneous yan. At what particular instant, no? So, dapat sabihin yun sa problem. Yun yung condition na gagamitin natin para ma-solve ang problem. At what particular instant, hahanapin daw natin ang ds over dt at what particular instant when there are 100 feet out. So, this is the value of s at that particular instant. Okay po ba? So, ngayon, sulat na natin, ha? Ano ang hinahanap? Hinahanap kung gaano kabilis pakawalan yung tali kapag ang napakawalan mo na ay 100 feet. So, that is ds over dt. At what particular instant again? At what particular instant? That is at the instant when s is 100. Now, so this instant is the condition that is necessary for us to solve the problem. Okay? So, now we were able to represent the problem mathematically. No? Itong buong problem na to, ito na lang siya. So, anong susunod mong gagawin? I-solve mo na siya. Tapos na tayo sa pagre-represent ng problem. The next step is to solve the problem. No? So, now how do we solve the problem? We need to come up with a working equation. Now, so, sir, saan manggagaling ang working equation ko? Ayan, tingnan mo yung drawing mo. Sa drawing natin, makakakita tayo ng right triangle. No? Bakit siya right? No? Kasi lagi siyang tama. Because it's right. Okay. At saka nasa kanan siya. So, it's right. No? So, wala siya sa left. Sarap. Anyway, ano na ngayon ang ating working equation? So, obviously, we can apply Pythagorean theorem in this right triangle. Na? So, applying the Pythagorean theorem, we will have x squared plus 6 squared is equal to s squared. That's it. This is now our working equation. Now, what is the next step? Of course, the next step is to differentiate with respect to time. No? Pag nag-differentiate tayo with respect to time, so, i-differentiate natin term by term. Kagaya nung ginagawa natin kanina sa previous slide. Ano? So, ano ang derivative ng x squared with respect to time? So, that's 2x dx over dt, right? That's 2x dx over dt plus the derivative of 6 squared, that's of course a constant, so its derivative is 0, is equal to s squared. What is the derivative of s squared with respect to time? Of course, that's 2s times ds over dt. Okay, so do not forget to add the derivatives with respect to time. Kasi po, we are solving related rates problems. At saka kita mo naman, tinan mo yung mga given, lahat sila with respect to t. So dapat, kapag meron kang equation, kapag dinifferentiate mo yan, common sense, no? Mga given natin na derivatives ay with respect to t, dapat yung working equation mo, i-differentiate mo din with respect to t, di ba? Now, we can simplify this by dividing both sides of the equation by 2. So, we can get x dx over dt. Mawawala na yung 2 dito, magka-cancel sila kasi nga di-divide natin by 2. X dx over dt is equal to s ds over dt. Okay, so tatandaan ha, after mong mag-differentiate with respect to time, dun mo lang i-apply ang example. No? Yung instant na ibinigay sa problem, yung condition. No? So, you differentiate first. After getting the derivative with respect to t, you impose whatever condition is given. And in our case, the condition is when s is 100. We are looking for ds over dt when s is 100. Now, anong gagawin natin? Do we know the value of x? Do we know the value of x? Hindi. Do we know dx over dt? Yes, that's given to be 5. No? Do we know s? Yes, that's the condition required. Or that's the given condition rather. And then ito yung hinahanap, ds over dt. So in this expression, dalawa pa yung hindi natin alam. No? The required quantity is ds over dt, but we also don't know the value of x. So that is why we will impose the condition when s is 100. Tama po ba? Yes. So kapag ito 100, ito 60, natural, makukompute mo na ngayon ang x. Tama po ba? Yan. So dito. So kapag in-apply natin yung condition na ang s daw ay equal sa 100, makukompute natin yung x dito. So that is 100 squared minus 60 squared and then get the square root, right? So the answer for that is 80. Okay? So now we already know the value of x. Okay? Kaya pwede na nating i-substitute. No? X here is 8. This will become 80. This dx over dt is the given quantity 5. This s is the given condition 100. So we can now solve for ds over dt. Right? So substituting the values, we have 80. This is your x. Times 5, which is your dx over dt, is equal to 100, which is your s, times ds over dt. So, of course, we can easily solve this, no? And solve for ds over dt. 80 times 5 is 400. 400 divided by 100, that will give us a ds over dt equal to 4. And the unit, of course, is feet per second kasi yung given unit ng speed, no? Sa problem ay feet per second. Okay, so, nasolve na natin ngayon yung problem. Nakalimutan ko palang i-turn on ang camera. Sorry guys. O ngayon, nakikita niyo na ulit ako. Now, you see me. Okay? So, ayan. Nasolve na po natin yung problem. Ito na yung ds over dt. So, anong nare-represent nito? Noong 100 feet ang haba ng s, gaano siya kabilis humaba? No? Ito yun. 4 feet per second. Ganun siya kabilis sa pakawalan. No? Noong 100 feet na yung haba ng s. So that is how you interpret the problem. Okay, so another thing is the sign here, no? Positive. So that means lumalaki yung ds over dt. Natural, lalaki yan. Bakit? Kasi pinapakawalan mo, no? But in the case na makakuha ka ng sagot na negative, ibig sabihin yung quantity lumiliit. Okay? Huhu. Yung mukha ko wala kanina. Anyway, tapos na tayo dito. Let us now proceed to the next sample problem. So let me read the problem. Water is flowing into a conical reservoir 4 feet deep and 4 feet across the top at a rate of 2 cubic meters per minute. Now, how fast is the water rising when it is 3 meters deep? Okay, so in this problem, meron daw tayong tangke, no? Ang hugis ng tangke ay conical. So malamang, kung yun ay conical tank, yung cone niya, baliktad siya. Dapat yung base nasa taas at yung vertex, no, nung cone or apex ng cone ay nasa baba, no, para magmukha siyang tangke. Okay. Now, given yung dimensions ng tangke. So, i-drawing natin yan, ha? No? So, ito yung tangke, halimbawa. No? So, it is 4 feet deep. So, ilagay na natin yung kanyang dimensions. No? So, gagawa ka ng drawing. Remember, pag gumagawa ka ng drawing, yung drawing mo, nilalabelan mo. Kasi mahilig tayo sa label. So, 4 feet deep daw yung tangke. Ito siya. Na ano pang sinabi about the top? About the tank? It is 4 feet across the top. So, if that is so, across the top. So, that is the entire top portion of the tank. That is the diameter. No? But usually, we don't use the diameter, no, as a dimension. Instead, we use the radius. So, kung ang diameter niya, according to the problem, is 4 feet, its radius must be 2. Kaya ilalagay natin, yung radius ay 2. Okay? Now, may tubig na pumapasok sa loob ng tangke. No? Kung galing man siya sa taas o galing sa baba, hindi natin alam. Pero sa drawing ko, galing siya sa baba. Gaano daw kabilis pumasok ang tubig, no, doon sa tangke? It enters the tank at a rate of 2 cubic meters per minute. Okay? So, ano kaya ito? Remember, this is a unit of volume. No? So, that means, kung may pumapasok na tubig sa loob ng tangke, nagbabago ang volume ng tubig. No? Yun bang volume ng tank nagbabago? Hindi, constant yun. So, dito ano ang nagbabago? Ang nagbabago is yung volume ng tubig. No? But since the tank is conical, the shape of the water on it is also conical. Right? So, gaano kabilis pumasok yung tubig? This is 2 cubic meters per minute, which we can represent as our dV over dt. No? So, ito yung tubig na pumapasok sa loob ng tangke. Ngayon, gaano siya kabilis pumasok? At a rate of 2 cubic meters per minute. Now, so here in this problem, aling quantity ang nagbabago? Yung volume, no, nung tubig sa tangke. Hindi yung tangke mismo kasi constant naman yung dimensions ng tangke natin. Dito ang nagbabago yung volume ng tubig. Kaya ang volume ng tubig na V, it's a variable. Okay? Now, let us go to the question, how fast is the water rising? Now, so kung ang tubig na ito ay umaangat, kasi nga may pumapasok na tubig, ano ang height ng water at any given time? So, dapat ma-represent din natin yun as a variable. Kasi nagbabago yung height ng tubig at any time. No? So, let the variable be simply h. No? So, that is the height of the water at any instant. Now, of course, kinakailangan mo rin lagyan ng dimension itong radius na ito. So, that radius is also changing habang tumataas ang tubig, kaya variable din siya. So, we let that radius be equal to r. Okay. So, now, fully represented na yung ating problem. No? Ano na ngayon ang itinatanong? How fast is the water rising? The height of the water in the tank is h. So, how fast is the water rising? That can be represented as dH over dt. Okay? If the height of the water in the tank is h, no? How fast is the water rising? That must be your dH over dt. At what particular instant? At the instant when it is. So, this it refers to the height, no? When it is 8 meters deep. So, we should be looking for the quantity dH over dt. Gaano kabilis tumaas itong height na ito? At what particular instant? When the height of the water is 3 meters. Okay? So, this is now the problem. Anong sunod na gagawin? I-solve ang problem. No? But first, we need to formulate a working equation. No? So, yung working equation mo, of course, manggagaling doon sa iyong ginawang drawing. Anong makukuha mo dyan, sir? O obviously, meron tayo ditong quantity na nagbabago, yung volume ng tubig, kung saan ang radius ay r at ang height ay h. No? At kung dito ay may dV over dt, natural common sense. Kung nag-iisip ka lang, maiisip mo na ang working equation mo ay dapat equation ng volume, no, ng tubig, no, na ang shape ay cone. So, if you recall, what is the formula for finding the volume of a cone whose r or radius is r and whose height is h? That is 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, so that is now our working equation. 1/3 pi r squared h. This is now the volume of the water inside the conical tank. Okay, now, ano ang ating hinahanap? Once again, dH over dt. O, ganito yan guys, kasi kapag nagsosolve ka ng problem, kinakailangan may presence of mind ka. Now, para hindi ka maligaw at hindi ka magkamali. Okay, so, ang hinahanap natin ay dH over dt. Pero dito sa expression ng ating volume, may dalawang variables, r at h. No? Pero ang kailangan mo lang naman, dH over dt. And since sa problem, wala namang given details about dr over dt, kinakailangan ma-eliminate mo siya. No? Doon sa working equation mo. So, edi pawiin mo. Hindi pwede. No? We need to find another equation so we can use that equation to express this v in terms of h. Kagaya nung ginagawa natin sa applied max-min problem, meron tayong auxiliary equation. No? So, sir, paano mo nga nalaman na dapat dito ang matiralang ay h? Kasi nga, ayan no, sa problem, ang hinahanap ay dH over dt. At walang given about dr over dt. Kaya, kinakailangan matanggal yung r. Okay? So, sir, saan mo kukunin yung ating auxiliary equation? Nagagamitin mo para ma-eliminate yung r doon sa equation ng v. Ay natural, no? Hindi yan ipapadala sa iyo ng langit, no? Kinakailangan ikaw ang mag-isip niyan mula sa drawing, no? So ngayon, tingnan mo itong drawing na iyong ginawa. Paano ako makakakuha dyan ng isa pang equation? Sir, alam ko na. Itong hypotenuse na ito, yung hypotenuse. Sige. Kapag ginawa mo yan, magdadagdag ka ng variable. Pag nagdagdag ka ng variable, that will give you another derivative. Halimbawa, kung gagawin mo yung s, magkakaroon ka ngayon ng ds over dt, which is, wala namang given doon sa problem about ds over dt. So, in effect, ginagawa mo lang komplikado yung problem. Hindi mo siya lalo masasolve. Now, so another important thing is, huwag kang magdadagdag ng unnecessary variables sa problem. Okay? So, kung makakagawa ka ng paraan na maka-formulate ng isang equation na hindi nadadagdag ng panibagong variable, gawin mo. No? Kasi pag ito, isinama mo sa paggawa ng iyong equation, magdadagdag ka ng variable na wala namang given details about doon. No? So, sir, ano nang gagawin ko? O di gamitin mo yung hindi pa nagagamit sa problem. No? May given dyan na hindi pa nagagamit. Gamitin mo. Bakit? Kasi pag hindi mo ginagamit, baka magtampo yun. No? O sige. So, alin yung hindi pa natin nagagamit sa problem? Eh di itong dimensions ng tangke, itong 2. At saka itong 4. Shit. Pag ito tiningnan mo, pwede ko itong erekta pataas. No? Rekta mo pataas yan. So, itong height na ito ngayon, ito na yung height ng tangke na 4. So, magagamit mo na ngayon yung given na 4. Diba? At ito, no? Mula dito hanggang doon, yan yung radius ng tank na to. So, kapag ginamit mo yun, naging useful na yung given quantity na diameter. Kasi doon mo siya ginamit sa radius ng tangke. Okay? So ngayon, naiisip mo na ba kung saan manggagaling yung equation? Sir, parang may triangle dito ah. Oh, may triangle nga. Ano naman ngayon? Sir, may isa pang triangle ito oh. Oh, ano naman? Parehas silang right triangle, di ba? Yes. And because of that, you can use the concept of similar triangles. So these two right triangles here and the larger triangle are similar. And because they are similar, you can use ratio and proportions. Okay, so mag-ratio and proportion tayo gamit ang similar triangle. So, radius at saka height. No? Radius over the height. No? So, yan yung ratio natin. So, this radius is proportional to the radius of the tank, 2. And that height is proportional to the height of the tank, which is 4. Ayun. So, ratio and proportion. Ito yung ratio mo. This R is proportional to 2. This H is proportional to 4. That's why we call it ratio and proportions. Okay. So, now, anong gusto nating matira dito? Gusto nating matira yung H. So, kinakailangan ma-eliminate yung R. So, dito, kinakailangan isolve mo yung R. Solving for R, oops, makakancel ito kasi po, 2 over 4, simplify natin as 1/2. Solving for R, we'll get 1/2 of H. Okay? So now we obtain the expression for R, which we can use to express the volume in terms of H alone. So we now substitute, no? Copy mo yung 1/3 pi, and then yung R, palitan mo ng 1/2 H, and then i-square mo. No? So ano po ang square ng H over 2? So that will be H squared over 4. No? Tapos copy-paste mo ulit yung H. So ito na siya ngayon. No? This is now the expression for V, no, in terms of H alone. Now, after this, what do we do? Pwede ko siyang i-simplify, no? Para maging 4, ano ba to? Pi over 12, H times H squared is H cubed. So, we have pi over 12H cubed. No? So, this is now the simplified expression for V. So, now, ito na yung simplified nating expression ng volume. Ano na ang sunod mong gagawin? So, this is the time to differentiate. No? Again, related rates ito, kaya dapat pag nag-differentiate ka ay with respect to t. Okay. So, let us get the derivative of v with respect to t. So, we have, of course, dv over dt. Okay? dv over dt. Tapos, ito naman, constant lang yung pi at saka 12. So, ilalabas mo lang siya. So, magiging pi over 12 times the derivative of h cube with respect to t. So, we will have 3h squared dh over dt. Okay, so ito na po ngayon yung ating derivative with respect to t. No? So, dv over dt, no? The derivative of v is equal to pi over 12 multiplied by 3h squared, no, times dh over dt. Okay, so we can now, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, after mong mag-differentiate, that is the time to substitute the given values, no, and conditions. Given po ba yung dv over dt? Yes, that's 2. Alam mo ba yung height? Yes, that's given. Yun yung condition na 3. So, this is very easy, no? We can readily solve for dh over dt. So, we can substitute, no? Ang dv over dt ay 2 at ang height ay 3, no? Substitute lang natin yung mga values dito sa expression na ito, and finally, we can solve for dh over dt. By the way, itong 3 over 12, ating sinimplify na as 1/4, no? Kaya po 1 at saka 4 ito, no? Tapos sinubstitute natin yung radius, o yung height rather, na 3 na given. So, ano na ngayon ang dh over dt mo? Your dh over dt is equal to 2 times 4, no? So, that is 8. Tapos ito, magiging nasa denominator na 3 squared is 9. So, that will be 8 over 9 pi. Okay? So, this is the rate at which the height of the water in the tank is increasing. Now, 8 over 9 pi. Calculate nga natin. Ano ba ang value ng 8 divided by 9 pi? The value is approximately 0.28. No? Anong unit nito ngayon? So, ang unit natin ay naka-feet. Oops, mali ito. This should be in meters. Sorry guys. This should be meters. This should be meters kasi po ito ay cubic meters. So, kung yan ay naka-meters, edi ang height ay tumataas at a rate of 0.28 meters per minute. Okay? So, that is how we interpret the answer. Okay? Okay, now let's proceed to the next slide to solve problem number 3. Here's the problem. A runner and his trainer are standing together on a circular track of radius 100 meters. Okay, so sasabay ko na dito yung pagdodrawing ha, para mas mabilis tayong matapos. Okay, so magdrawing ka ngayon ng circular track, no? Na ang radius daw ay 100 meters. Okay, so halimbawa, ito yung iyong circular track na ang radius ay 100 meters. And then ang sabi niya, there is a runner and his trainer standing together. Sweet naman nila, no? Standing together pa. Halimbawa, ito yung runner mo, tapos, ito ngayon ang iyong trainer. O, ayan. Ito yung runner, ito yung trainer. O, ngayon, anong sabi ng problem? When the trainer gives a signal, sabi niya, huego. Sabi niya, o, takbo. Ganon. The runner starts to run around the track at a speed of 10 meters per second. So, this guy will actually run, no, along the circular track. At what speed? At 10 meters per second. O halimbawa, sabi nung trainer, go! Ayan, umandar na siya, tumatakbo na siya ngayon sa bilis na 10 meters per second. Dire-diretso lang. No? So, hanggang dun ko lang nilagay yung animation. No? So, ngayon, that means nagbabago, no, yung distance mula sa kanya hanggang doon sa trainer niya. Or mula sa runner hanggang doon sa trainer niya. Or mula sa trainer hanggang doon sa runner. Nagbabago yung distance. No? So, ito yung distance na yun. No? But aside from that, alin yung total distance na na-travel niya? The total distance na na-travel ng runner is, of course, a portion of the circumference of the circle. Okay? So, ang distance na na-travel niya ay actually yung arc or circular arc. Okay? Ito po yun. No? So, kung nandito siya, ito yun. Kung nandito siya, edi mula dito hanggang doon. No? And how do we represent an arc or a portion of a circumference mathematically? We represent that using the variable s. No? The length of an arc. And since nagbabago yan, no, we represent it as a variable s. Okay? So, ito yung distance na kanyang natakbo na nagbabago-bago. Okay? Now, ang tanong, how fast is the distance or wait? Ano muna pala itong 10 meters per second na ito? Kung ang distance na na-travel niya ay s, gaano siya kabilis tumakbo? Eh, di natural, that is ds over dt. So, we will represent this 10 meters per second as ds over dt. Now, let's go back to the question. Sabi sa tanong, how fast is the distance between the runner and the trainer increasing? So, which is the distance between the runner and the trainer? So, in this case, this is the runner and this is the trainer. So, gaano siya kalayo? So, mula dito hanggang doon. Now, pagpalagay natin, wala pa siya dito. Pagpalagay natin, nandun siya. No? So, dito sa point na ito, gaano kalayo yung runner mula sa trainer? So, ito siya. No? So, from here to there, that's the distance traveled by the runner. But on the other hand, the distance from the trainer to the runner is this line segment. Now, ito ba ay nagbabago? Yes. Kung yan ay nagbabago, gamitan mo siya ng variable. Halimbawa, x. Okay? That variable is x. The distance from the trainer to the runner. Now, how fast is that distance increasing? So, how do we represent that? No? We represent that as dx over dt. And that is actually what is asked in the problem. How fast is that distance increasing? If that distance is x, then how fast it is increasing, or is it increasing? That must be dx over dt. Now, at what particular instant of time? No? At what particular instant? Ano yung condition sa problem para ito ay ating masolve? Ayun, sinabi dito, when the runner has run 1/4 of the way around the track. Okay, so para magandang tingnan, kumpletuhin muna natin ito. Nagawa tayo ng triangle. No? So from here to there, di ba yun din yung radius na equal din naman sa 100? Tama po ba? Yes. Now, habang itong guy na ito tumatakbo paikot, no, nagbabago yung x, no, nagbabago yung s. Now, bukod doon, ano pa ang nagbabago? Nagbabago actually yung angle, no, na ito. Okay? So, i-represent natin yung angle using the variable theta. Okay. So, yan ang gagamitin natin, no, para ma-indicate kung ano yung sinasabing condition sa problem. Now, kapag naka 1/4 na around the track yung iyong runner, ano bang itsura ng triangle mo, no? 'Di ba pag naka 1/4 na yan, right triangle na siya kasi 360 degrees, no? I-divide mo yun sa 4, magiging 90. So, if this theta is 90, then that must be a right triangle, no? And since theta is 90, yun ang gagamitin nating condition, no? Ang hinahanap sa problem ay dx over dt. At what particular instant, no? At the instant when, sabi dito, when the runner has run 1/4 of the way around the track. Mathematically, that is the same as saying when theta is equal to 90. Why? Because when the runner has run 1/4 of the way around the track, this angle is 90 degrees. Naiintindihan po ba? So ngayon, we are able to represent the problem already. Naisulat na natin yung mga given no? At ito ngayon ang hinahanap. Now, what is the next step? Of course, to solve the problem, no? Now, how do we start our solution? Of course, we have to start with a working equation. Now, ang working equation, kung nag-drawing ka, natural, mababaliwala naman yung drawing mo kung hindi mo gagamitin, no? So, dun ka kukuha ngayon ng idea kung paano ka maka-formulate ng iyong working equation na dapat magkakaroon ng dx over dt. So, dapat gagamitin mo itong variable na ito. At dapat magamit mo rin yung theta kasi kasama siya sa condition. So, anong equation ang pwede mong gamitin itong theta at itong x? Ay part sila ng triangle. Tapos may dalawang sides at may angle in between. No? Anong natatandaan nyo sa geometry? No? Kapag ang isang triangle may dalawang side, no? At saka may angle in between. Anong equation ang ginagamit? No? Kung natatandaan nyo, that's correct. That's cosine law. No? So, now, gamitan natin ang cosine law ito. No? Kung saan, halimbawa, hahanapan natin ng side is x. No? Tapos, yung angle opposite niya, yun yung theta. So, applyan natin ang cosine law, ha? So, applying cosine law, this will be x squared, no? Sulat ko nga muna yung cosine law, no? So, di ba ganito yon? Halimbawa, a squared is equal to b squared minus or plus c squared minus b or 2 times bc cosine, no, of yung angle opposite, no? So, if the side is small letter a, the side opposite to a, of course, is capital letter A. Now, so itong equation na ito, ang cosine law, a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus, kung ano yung dalawang ito, multiply mo lang, no? At multiply mo sa 2bc cosine A. Ano yung A? A, yung angle opposite dun sa side A. So, let us apply that, no? So, ang A dito, ito yung x. So, x squared, no? X squared is equal to, yung dalawang sides na given, sa formula, yun yung BC mo. Okay, so yung BC natin is itong dalawa, which are equal to each other, 100 at saka 100. So, magiging 100 squared plus 100 squared. Now, minus 2 times BC. So, dapat minus 2 times 100 times another 100 and then cosine A. A is the angle opposite to side A. So, in this case, that is the angle opposite to x, which is theta. Now, so, minus 2 times 100 times 100 cosine theta. So, once again, ito na po ang ating working equation. No? Saan po galing ang ating working equation? Galing po yan sa cosine law. No? We applied cosine law to this triangle. Okay? Now, after that, anong sunod natin gagawin? Of course, we need to differentiate with respect to time. No? Ano ang derivative ng x squared with respect to t? The derivative is, of course, 2x dx over dt. No? Tapos ito, derivative naman ng constant, magzi-0. Tapos ito, 100 times 100, that's 10,000 times 2, 20,000 negative. So, ayun, negative 20,000. And finally, derivative ng cosine theta. Now, ano po ba ang derivative ng cosine theta? With respect to t, ha? So, that's cosine. Pag nagsisimula sa letter C, dapat negative. So, negative sine theta. But since with respect to t, we add d theta over dt. Okay po? So, ito yung negative sine theta na derivative ng cosine. But since with respect to t, we add d theta over dt. Again, anong tawag sa gano'n? Nag-a-add ka ng d theta over dt or dx over dt dito? Yes, we call that chain rule. Now, simplify natin ito. So, divide both sides of the equation by 2. So, this will cancel and this will become 10,000. Negative, negative will become positive. Tama po ba? Okay. Now, after natin mag-differentiate, di ba sabi natin, pwede na nating i-apply ang given condition. In this case, the condition is 90. So, when theta is equal to 90, ano kayang mangyayari? Now, imagine nyo, ito ay 90. Kung yan ay 90, ay di natural. Ito ay right triangle. Tama po ba? So, kung right triangle yan, makukuha na ba natin yung x? Yes. Kasi dito, ang hinahanap talaga natin ay dx over dt. No? However, we don't know the value of x yet. No? However, when we impose the condition that when theta is 90, makukuha na natin yung value ng x. No? Kasi magiging right triangle yan. Di ba? Pag right triangle, tapos equal to, isosceles right triangle yan. No? So, para bagang yan ay square, tapos nilagyan mo ng diagonal sa gitna. Gaano ba kahaba ang diagonal ng square? No? Di ba? Yung diagonal ng square ay equal sa side niya multiplied by square root of 2. So, ngayon, dahil ang side ay 100, no? At ang angle na ito ay 90, makukuha mo yung length ng x, no? Na kapag 90, itong x na ito, yan ay diagonal, no? Or yung hypotenuse ng right triangle mo. Nagaano kahaba? Yung side niya, no? Multiplied by square root of 2. Kasi ito pong dalawang sides na ito ay equal, no? So 100 square root of 2 yung x mo. Okay? So now after that, ano ang sunod? Ito yung hinahanap natin, no? Alam ba natin yung theta? Yes. That's 90 degrees. How about d theta over dt? Oh no. Hindi given. So kung hindi given ang d theta over dt, dapat hanapin mo siya bago mo ma-compute yung required quantity na dx over dt. No? So, paano mo malalaman yung d theta over dt? O di natural. Babalik ka ulit sa problem, baka mayroon pang given na hindi mo nagagamit. No? So, nagamit na natin itong 90. Ito ang nagamit na natin itong 100. Ang hindi pa natin nagagamit is yung ds over dt. No? So, kaya ito ibinigay, malamang kailangan natin itong gamitin. So, ngayon, paano? So, halimbawa, ito yung S na na-travel niya. S. Yun kayang S ay related doon sa theta? Yes. No? Remember the formula for finding the length of an arc, no? Of a circular arc? That formula, if you recall in geometry, kung hindi mo na-recall, okay lang, ituturo ko na sa iyo. Basta tandaan mo ha, huwag mong kalimutan, no? Okay. So, ngayon, yung length ng arc, kung siya ay isang circular arc, no? If it is subtended by the angle theta is given by S equals R theta. Okay? So, sa problem, ang theta natin ay equal sa 90. No? Yun yung condition. Okay? Now, paano natin magagamit yung ds over dt? Ay di natural, you have to differentiate this with respect to time para magamit mo yung ds over dt. So, what is the derivative of s with respect to t? Of course, that's ds over dt, right? And, of course, this is just a constant multiplier. That's 100 and theta. Now, so, substitute muna natin. When because r is 100, s will become equal to 100 times theta. And then, saka natin siya i-differentiate, no? So, differentiating s with respect to t, that will give us ds over dt. Okay? And then, 100, multiplier lang siya. Tapos, the derivative of theta with respect to t, that's d theta over dt. So, ngayon, magagamit mo na yung given na ds over dt. Ano? Okay, so, this ds over dt has a value of 10, no? So, if I divide both sides by 100, I can solve for d theta over dt, which is 100 or 10 over 100. Diba? 0.1 yun. No? So, now our d theta over dt is 0.1. Ano pong unit yan? Kasi angle yan, no? By default, ang ating unit ay radian. No? Radian po yan. Or 0.1 radian per second. Now, pwede na natin itong isubstitute. No? Saan? Doon. Okay? So, ano nga yung simplified expression natin, guys? Pag dinivide natin to ng 2, ang matitira na lang, x dx over dt is equal to, negative is positive. Tapos ito pag dinivide ng 2, magiging ano na siya, 10,000. No? So, ito na po siya. Tapos, isubstitute natin yung value ng x na 100 square root of 2. At isubstitute din natin yung value ng theta na 90. At isubstitute natin yung d theta over dt na equal sa 0.1. No? Okay, so madali lang naman itong i-evaluate. Sine of 90, of course, is 1. Tapos 10,000 divided by times 0.1, that's 1,000. No? So ito yung kailangan mo. No? So kung ito ay may matitirang 1,000, divide mo ng 100. 1,000 divided by 100, of course, is 10. No? So your dx over dt will be 10 over square root of 2. Okay? Pwede mong i-rationalize yun, no? by multiplying square root of 2 on the numerator and the denominator, and we will get 5 square root of 2 afterwards. Okay, so ang makukuha natin na dx over dt is 5 square root of 2. Of course, the unit is in meters per second. Sir, ano po yung x dot? Yan ang tinatawag nating shorthand notation for derivatives involving time. No? So kapag ka po time derivative, ang ibig sabihin ng x dot, yun ay dx over dt. Now, so for your information, nung inimbento ni Newton ang calculus, ang derivative na kanyang kinukuha ay with respect to time. No? So actually, siya ang nagpauso ng dot notation. Samantalang yun namang d over dx na notation, dy over dx, ang nagpauso nun ay si Leibniz. No? Okay. So, ayan. So, from now on, ang gagamitin nating notation sa pagsusulat ng derivative with respect to time is yung dot para mas madali siyang isulat. Now, so that dx over dt can simply be written as x dot. So that if that is ds over dt, then that is simply s dot. Naintindihan po ba? Okay. So ngayon, ito na yung sagot sa problem. Now, kapag 90 degrees daw yung angle, kasi naka 1/4 na siya, gaano siya kabilis lumayo mula sa kanyang trainer? 5 square root of 2 meters per second. Now, so actually this problem came out during my board exam, kaya hindi ko talaga ito makalimutan. Now, so nung nakita ko siya nung board exam ko, no, kinabahan ako. Bakit? Kasi it looks familiar. Sabi ko, parang 2 days ago sinusolve ko ang problem na ito, tapos eto na siya ngayon. Tanda ko yung sagot, no? Nung sinusolve ko siya, 5 square root of 2, tanda ako. At nakita ko letter A. 5 square root of 2 din. So, mas kinabahan ako. Sabi ko, shit, naku, baka pinalitan ng examiner yung given. So, in-inspect ko muna isa-isa yung mga given kasi baka pinalitan niya. No? So, dahil parehas na parehas, actually, hindi ko na sinolve ang problem na ito nung board exam. O, diba? Yan ang kagandahan kapag ka ikaw ay nagpe-prepare at nagpa-practice before an exam. Bakit? Kasi baka yung pinag-practicean mo, no, lumabas sa exam. At pag yun ay nangyari, edi wow, jackpot ka. Okay? So, ayun. So, punta na tayo ngayon sa next problem. Actually, last problem na po iyon. Last na siya. No? The fourth and final about related rates. Okay, let me present the problem. So, the base of a right triangle grows. So, meron tayo ditong right triangle. Yung daw base niya humahaba. Gaano kabilis sumaba? 2 feet per second. At yung altitude niya humahaba din. 4 feet per second. Mas mabilis lumaki yung altitude kumpara sa base. O di natural, gawa ka muna ng right triangle mo. No? Kung saan ang kanyang base, ito yon, at saka ang kanyang height, parehas nagbabago. So, dahil parehas silang nagbabago, we represent them using variables. So, wag na tayong magpatumpik-tumpik. X at Y agad yan. Ito X at ito ay Y. Bakit nga po? Kasi yun ay nagbabago. So, meron tayong X at meron tayong Y. Now, gaano kabilis lumaki yung X? Now, sabi sa problem, it is 2 feet per second. So, how do we represent that? Of course, we represent that using derivatives with respect to t. So, that's dx over dt. Na ngayon, ang gagamitin nating notation ay x dot. No? So, x dot. Yan, which is equal to 2. Tapos, gaano naman kabilis lumaki yung y? No? Sabi sa problem, the altitude grows 4 feet per second. So, that will be our y dot dy over dt, which is equal to 4. Now, ano pa ang sabi sa problem? If the base and the altitude are originally 10 and 6 feet. Nung nagsimula siya, ang base daw ay 10. So, yan yung initial value ng x. No? At ang altitude initially ay 6. Bakit? Kasi respectively. So, yung una niya banggit, base to. At ito naman yung pangalawa niya nabanggit, so ito yung altitude. Kasi nga, respectively daw. No? So, ito ang initial x at ito ang initial y. So, para maging initial, lagyan natin ng subscript na o. So, magiging xo at saka yo. Hindi yung xo na kape, ha? Okay, xo is 10 and yo is 6. So, these are the initial values of x and y respectively. So, ngayon, ano ang hinahanap? Find the time rate of change. Actually, medyo ano na siya? Redundant. Bakit? Kasi nga, pag sinabi mong rate, it is with respect to time. Matic na yun. Kung walang sinabi na with respect to. No? So, pwedeng sabihin na lang niya na find the rate of change of the base. No? Understood na yun with respect to time. So, ang hinahanap natin, rate of change ng base angle. So, alin ba dito ang base angle? Ito. 'Di ba? At yung angle ba na yun ay nagbabago? Yes, natural. Pag ito ay humahaba, at ito ay humahaba, natural yung angle na to magbabago din. So kung nagbabago siya, it must be a variable and we represent that using the variable theta. Now, ang tanong, ano daw ang rate of change ng base angle? So, paano mo i-represent yun? Natural, yun ang iyong d theta over dt. Now, at what particular instant? Kasi nga, derivatives yun eh. So, dapat at what particular instant when that angle is 45 degrees. So, ngayon, sulat na natin yung hinahanap. Ano po ang hinahanap? That's d theta over dt when theta is 45 degrees. Now, so this is your d theta over dt. That's a required quantity. At what particular instant? Kasi nga po, instantaneous rate of change ito when theta is 45 degrees. Okay, so this is now the full representation of the problem. Now, our next step is to solve the problem. Now, so now let's go to the solution. Kailangan natin ng working equation. Now, so pag tiningnan mo ang figure na ginawa mo, makakita ka ulit ng right triangle. Now, so dito, meron kang dalawang sides at saka meron kang angle. So hindi ka makagamit ng Pythagorean. Bakit? Kasi nga po, wala ka naman ditong inilagay na variable. Sir, nilagyan natin. O sige, pag nilagyan mo yan, dadami yan. Hindi mo masolve yung problem. Now, so kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, huwag kang maglalagay ng unnecessary variables because that actually won't help you solve the problem. Now, you settle for what's given. Now, theta, x. Shit! No? Anong equation ang nagre-relate sa theta, sa x, at sa y? Diba? Trigonometric function, that's tangent theta. So, dahil may theta ka dito, meron kang adjacent at meron kang opposite, pwede kang gumamit ang tangent, right? So, the tangent of the angle theta, of course, is y over x, and that will be our working equation. O, diba madali lang? Now, kung ito ang working equation mo, para maganda siyang tingnan, yung y, i-equate ko na lang sa x tangent theta. Parehas lang sila. Ano? Y is equal to x tangent theta. So, ano nang sunod natin gagawin? Di ba after mo makagawa ng working equation, differentiate mo na yan with respect to t. So, get the derivative of both terms or both sides with respect to t. Ano ang derivative nito with respect to t? Edi natural, dy over dt. So, that's y dot. Okay? Y dot is equal to, okay, this is a product. So, paano ka mag-differentiate ng product? U times the derivative of this plus this times the derivative of that. Of course, with respect to t. Okay, unahin natin yung unang term, y dot, no? That's the derivative of y with respect to t. Now, after that, the derivative, yung first term, no, which is x, times the derivative of the second term. Anong derivative ng tangent? Patay ka ngayon. Dapat alam mo. Okay? Kung hindi mo alam, sasabihin ko ha. Pero pag sinabi ko, kailangan matandaan mo at hindi mo makalimutan. No? Ano ang derivative ng tangent? Secant squared. Tandaan mo ha. Okay. So, secant squared, theta, but, since with respect to t, sabi ng chain rule, lagyan mo siya ng d theta over dt. Or simply, that's theta dot. Okay? Hindi pa tayo tapos. Yun ay ano pa lang, u dv pa lang. Plus, v du. V. So, tangent theta times the derivative of s with respect to t or x dot. Na, so, plus x dot times tangent theta. Ayan. So, ito na po ang ating derivative. Anong sunod na gagawin? After mag-differentiate, i-substitute ang mga given. Alam mo ba yung y dot? Yes, that's 4. Alam mo ba yung x? Shit, wala. Sir, di ba dapat 10? No. Bakit? Kasi itong 10, that's the initial value of x. Eh, ang condition nga natin, when theta is 45 degrees na. So, when that theta is 45 degrees, we are sure that x is no longer 10. Because this 10 is just the initial value of x. Naintindihan po ba? So, this x should not be made equal to 10. Otherwise, magkakamali ka. Sige, pag ipinush mo yan, magkakamali ka. No? So, wag mong i-push. Next, theta. Given ba yung theta? Yes, 45. D theta over dt. Actually, yun ang hinahanap. No? Theta, 45. At ang x dot ay 2. So, bukod sa hinahanap sa problem na theta dot, no? Ang hindi pa natin alam is yung x. But remember, ano ba yung x sa problem? X is the length of this side, no? Not initially, no? But rather, kapag ka ang theta ay 45 degrees na. And yung initial niya, no? Plus yung inihaba niya. Tama po ba? Yes. So the length of this side is initially 10. And then hahaba pa siya. So kung hahaba pa siya dito, gaano kalaki yung inihaba niya? Eh di yung bilis ng paghaba niya multiplied by the time. Tama po ba? Okay. So ngayon, i-represent natin yan. No? Halimbawa, ito yung initial value mo ng x. Yan yung xo natin. Eh natural, hahaba pa siya. Halimbawa, dito humahaba siya. Gaano siya kabilis humaba? No? 2 feet per second, which is x dot. No? And then, pag ito, minultiply mo ng time, malalaman natin ngayon kung gaano na siya humaba. From here, halimbawa, hanggang doon. No? So, para bagang yan ay distance is equal to the speed times time. Ano yung speed? 2. Ano yung time? T. No? So, the total distance, no, is equal to the speed, no, multiplied by the time. Eh, ang speed mo ay x dot. So, that will be x dot multiplied by t. Sir, ano yung t? Aba, hindi rin natin alam. Bakit? Kasi wala namang nabanggit sa problem. No? So, although this is a related rates problem, walang nabanggit about t. So, kung walang nabanggit, anong ibig mo sabihin? Sir, hindi na masosolve yan. Mali. No? Mali yung ganong attitude. No? Kapag hindi masosolve, hindi ka makakakuha ng tamang sagot. No? Ang tamang attitude is, baka kaya hindi given kasi pwedeng isolve. Diba? Okay. So, paano natin isosolve itong t na ito? Kasi pag nalaman mo siya, multiply mo lang siya sa x dot, malalaman mo na ngayon kung gaano kahaba yan. So, paano yun? Mag-isip ka. So, let us first express ano yung bagong expression ng x. That is xo plus x dot times t. Okay? Yan yung length ngayon ng x. So, baka mainggit yung y. No? So, gaano na ngayon kahaba yung y? No? Eh, di yung original na y, yo plus inihaba niya, which is y dot multiplied by t. Okay? Eh, sir, hindi pa nga rin natin alam kung ano yung t. Paano natin gagawin yan? Mag-isip ka. No? Gamitin mo yung condition. Sabi sa problem, when the angle is 45 degrees. Okay. So, kung 45 degrees yan, ano ba itsura ng 45 degree na right triangle? Di ba ganito siya? Ayan. Shit, pangit. No? Ito na lang. Ayan. Ito at ito. So, kung ito ay 45 degrees, anong masasabi mo? Eh, di sigurado ako 45 degrees din to. No? At kung 45 yan, these two sides, gawin nating pointer, kung ito ay 45 degrees, sorry, kung ito ay 45 degrees, this side, which is x, and that side, which is y, they must be equal, right? Okay. So, kung naisip mo yon, you're on the right track. No? Galing mo, no? When theta is 45 degrees, so itong length na ito at saka itong length na ito dapat equal sila. So, x must be equal to y. And because we have the equations for x and y, substitute mo lang sa kanila yung xo at yung x dot, substitute yo at y dot, at i-equate mo, makukuha mo na ngayon yung value ng t. Okay? So, ito na siya ngayon. xo is 10, x dot is 2, times t is equal to yo, initially, ano ang value ng y? 6. No? At ano ang y dot? 4 multiplied by t. So ngayon, masosolve na natin itong t dito. No? So algebra lang naman yan, simpleng algebra. Solving for t, may makukuha tayong value na 2. Anong ibig sabihin nun? 2 seconds yan. Anong ibig sabihin nitong 2 seconds na ito? Yan yung time na kinakailangan mula simula, no? Para yung angle ay maging 45 degrees. No? So, when the angle is 45 degrees, actually, that happened after 2 seconds. Eh, sir, ano namang saysay nito? Itong nakuha mong ito, hindi pa final answer yan. No? Eh, ano yan? Yan ay gagamitin mo para makuha mo ang value ng x. No? Remember, sabi ko sa inyo, presence of mind. So, if I were you, pag nagsosolve ako ng problem, no? Be just like me. Kinakausap ko yung sarili ko, no? Para hindi ako mawala sa track. Para hindi ako maka-off track. No? Okay, so alam naman natin ang hinahanap talaga ay itong theta dot. Pero bukod sa kanya, dapat makompute natin yung x. At eto na siya ngayon. Ano yung x? That's xo, which is 10 plus 2 times t. Kung saan ang t, kapag 45 degrees na yung angle, ay nasolve natin na 2. No? So 10, no, plus 2 times 2. That will give us how much? Eh di 14, no? So, this is now the length, no, of the side of the triangle at the instant na 45 degrees itong angle na ito. Okay? So, ngayon, kumpleto na yung mga ipa-plug in natin doon sa ating working equation. Now, so i-plug in na natin isa-isa. Ano ang y dot? 4. Ano ang x? 14. Secant squared. Sir, ano ba yung secant squared? No? Di ba ang secant ay 1 over cosine? So, this will be 1 over cosine squared. No? Cosine squared, 45. No? Theta dot, which is yung hinahanap natin. Plus, tangent of, ang theta ay 45 degrees, at ang x dot ay, ayun, 2. Okay? So, lagay ko lang dito ha. Okay, ito yung y dot na 4. Tapos sa 14, no? Ito po yung ating x. Tapos 1 over cosine squared is secant squared. And then ito yung hinahanap natin na theta dot. And then tangent 45 times x dot, which is 2. So we can now solve for this. Ano ba ang cosine ng 45? Ang cosine 45 ay square root of 2 over 2. No? Ang square root of 2 over 2, pag in-square ko, that is actually 1/2. No? So, 1/2. Makakaroon tayo ng 14 over 2 dito. Tapos, tangent 45, of course, is 1. Tapos, ito ay 2. No? So, pwede mo na computein ngayon yung theta. Pag kinompute mo yung theta, ang makukuha nating value ay 0.0714. No? So, ito ngayon yung rate ng pag-increase actually. Nag-i-increase kasi positive yung angle. No? This angle, no, increases at a rate of 0.0714. No, anong unit kung angle yan? Radian by default. Radian per second. Okay. So, kung gusto natin na degrees yan, ay di-convert natin sa degrees. 0.0714 multiply natin ng 180 at i-divide natin ng pi. Ang sagot, around 4.1 degrees. No? So, it changes at around 4.1 degrees per second. Okay, so ayun po, na-solve na natin yung problem. Okay? So, before I end this lecture, let us have a recap. Pag nagsosolve ka ng related rates problem, kinakailangan maka-formulate ka ng working equation. After mag-formulate ng working equation, of course, you differentiate always with respect to t. After differentiating, doon mo lang gagamitin yung mga condition na ibinigay, no? So, pag ginamit mo na siya, no? Makikita mo doon sa equation mo na may hinahanap na quantity, no? If there is another quantity missing aside from the required quantity, you need to formulate another equation, no? Para ma-solve siya, parang auxiliary equation 'yon, or mag-impose ka ng mga condition na kailangan or na sinasabi sa problem, no? Pag na-solve mo na yung quantity na yon, substitute mo lang lahat dun sa equation ng derivative, no? With respect to t para ma-compute mo yung required quantity. Ano po? Okay. So, again, actually hindi ito mahirap. Kinakailangan lang mag-practice ka lagi para ikaw ay gumaling. Na? So, I hope nakatulong sa inyo or makatulong sa inyong pag-aaral ang video na ito para sa inyong preparation para sa inyong final exams. Okay? So, hanggang dito na lang and bye-bye!